And hello and welcome to the kitchen. Today I am going to bring you a nice cooking video, which never seems to go that great on my channel, but I thought I'd give it another go. And so today I thought I would cook up a nice Halloween treat which can also be good for bonfire night. I'm going to be making a pumpkin cheese fondue with some nice homemade Halloween bread. So for the cheese pumpkin fondue, you're obviously going to need a pumpkin. Any old pumpkin, roughly about this size, you're going to need a pumpkin.
You will need about 300 grams of cheese, or if you're like me, you just add in as much cheese as you like.
You are also going to need 2 tablespoons of beer or lager, and I have got this lovely Hobgoblin one. I had to share it with you because the packaging on it is just amazing. It's all Halloween themed.
1 tablespoon of corn flour, 100 grams of sour cream, 1 small onion, it can be either red or white, 25 grams of butter, some mixed herbs and some garlic granules.
Okay, so first thing we need to do to the pumpkin is cut the top off, and I'm using one of these little saw things. You can find them in all the Halloween sections and all the supermarkets. Okay, so I'm just going to take the top off, and obviously we are now going to have to get all the gunky stuff off. It looks really weird inside, it looks like this. Okay, so now all the part I absolutely hate, and that is just taking all the seeds and all the gunk out of it. Once you've got all the gunk out, you are going to want to preheat your oven to gas mark 5, and then you're going to put the lid back onto the pumpkin, and you are going to bake it in there for about 50 to 60 minutes. And here is one I made earlier. So once your pumpkin's been in the oven for about 50 to 60 minutes, it's going to look all like this and smell absolutely amazing. It smells so good. We're going to leave it just to cool down for about 10 minutes. While the pumpkin is still a bit warm, we are going to put in the 25 grams of butter. We don't need to melt it like on a hob or anything. We're just going to throw it in just like that.
Okay, so the butter is just in there melting, which is good.
So now I'm going to pour the sour cream in. La, 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 la. In it goes. Then I'm just going to put in the corn flour. And the corn flour is going to make it nice and thick. That is what we like. Now some of the cheeses I'm using this Mexican cheese, which is a bit spicy, which is going to add a bit of a kick to the mixture. And I've also got a bag of grated mozzarella, and I am also using grated mature cheddar cheese. Just put a bit of that in there. To be honest, I haven't weighed my cheese out. I never usually weigh my cheese. I just kind of go for it. Mozzarella, that's going to make it all nice and stringy. I'm going to break some of the spicy cheese up, and I'm just going to put that in there as well, like so. I'm now just going to give that all a good little stir.
I'm just going to stir that all in. Where the pumpkin obviously is still warm, it's going to start to melt now and sort of create a cheesy fondue. Look at that, doesn't that look delicious?
I've decided I'm going to pour in a tiny bit more sour cream just to give it more of a gloopy texture, I think. I'm now going to pour in my finely chopped onion. In it goes. Beautiful. I'm going to put in my mixed herbs. These are Tesco mixed herbs, and they are by far my most favourite thing ever. I have them with everything. I put them on cheese on toast, pasta, they are literally all the sex. So I'm just going to pour quite a few in there, and it's really going to like bring out the flavour. So I'm just going to mix that all in now, mix it. I'm just going to put in a little bit of garlic granules, because we love a bit of garlic in there. So now we've got all the mixture in there, all nice, looking good, smells good. We're just going to pop the lid back on, and we are just going to put it in the oven for a few minutes until the cheese and all the ingredients start to melt together. Oh, and don't forget the beer. Nearly forgot that one. Whilst our pumpkin is in the oven melting our lovely gooey substance, we are going to make our bread. So you're going to need 455 grams of plain flour, 1 egg, 250 millilitres of warm water, 1 tablespoon of yeast, 25 grams of melted butter, 10 grams of white sugar, a pinch of salt, and then I'm also going to be using my mixed herbs and my garlic granules as well. So first I'm pouring in the white sugar. I'm just mixing the sugar now until it dissolves into the water. Next I'm going to pour the yeast into the mixture. I'm just going to mix it all now until it dissolves. Once you've mixed your sugar, yeast and water together, we've got a nice little frothy little thing like this. I'm just going to put that to one side for now. So next, take your bowl of flour and your egg, and we're just going to crack 1 egg into the flour. I'm just going to sprinkle some of my mixed herbs into it. Sprinkle a little bit of garlic in there. A pinch of salt. Now we're going to pour in the butter and the yeast together. Like so. We are now going to mix it all up until it all starts to come together. So lots of mixing later, you will have this, and this is when you have to sort of knead it all together to make this big doughy ball of dough, I guess. I think I've made a little bit too much dough, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut some off and wrap it away and put it in the fridge, but I'm going to use the remaining stuff to make the amazing bread. I'm now going to roll the dough out. Once you have rolled your dough out, it will look like this. Remember to put it on some baking paper onto a baking tray. My trusted assistant now is cutting the dough into a shape of a pumpkin. Once you've done your pumpkin cut out in the dough, it will look like this. Now I'm grabbing some balsamic syrup, and I'm going to use this to do a nice little design on my pumpkin. Your design would probably look 10 times better than how mine's come out. I'm just going to put some mixed herbs on the top of the pumpkin, just there, so it gives it more of a realistic look. Then with a knife, I am just going to do some faint little lines into the dough. Should have done this before I did my balsamic vinegar, but hey ho, this is my channel, so we know it's not going to go well. So we're just going to do some lines like so, as pumpkins have some lines on them. I prepared some caramelised onion earlier, and I'm just going to add some of this onto the design. I'm just going to put it into the eyes. This is what mine looks like. The eye is now dripping down, that's great, just what I wanted. Your design again will probably look 10 times better than mine. I'm just going to shove this into the oven for about 10 minutes. Doesn't that look good?